shoot. All right, I am live on YouTube. Let me get set up here. I'm going to go live on TikTok in order to just direct traffic to YouTube. I'm not going to respond to any questions there. So give me 1 second for those of you watching in the future at least. Let's see what we can do here. All right. All right, almost ready. Okay, my phone is set up. What's up, performance and customs? What is up? What's up? All right, almost ready. So I shared this on TikTok and on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Sam? I'm doing well. And on Twitter and everything. But I mean, the big thing that this was really interesting to me, looking at Asia's month-over-month change in Bitcoin price. In other words, how much did they increase or decrease the price of Bitcoin? And they decreased it very significantly. So, you know, I felt like you could see this on a daily basis. It's like I'd go to bed and I'd wake up pretty much every day over the last month and see the price lower. And that's what was going on with Asia. And so, yeah, for those of you on TikTok, I was on TikTok earlier today, but I am live on YouTube now. So hop on over to YouTube, World War Bitcoin. Hello, Layla. I'm doing well. Yeah. So, but I mean, you compare this to United States and Europe. Saw your video. Asia is selling. Are they being forced? In a sense, yes. So that is just China. I mean, we're seeing stuff from Russia, a little bit from India as well. It looks like this is subsiding. So you can kind of see it, although that's not a huge indication there. But by the end of the year, Asia should be done with this dump. So yeah, but you compare that to United States. United States just been buying. Only time that the United States has not bought was May with the China FUD, the Elon FUD. But ever since then, it's just been straight up buying. So yeah, so Asia got some things to work through, but that my confidence levels that is not going to continue. It's pretty high. So what happens if you see United States continuing to buy and Europe continuing to buy, and then this just going back down, back up to normal levels? Who knows? And, if it wasn't for this, I do wonder about what would have happened. We got to 69,000 in November. Would we have gone higher? And then would there have been retail mania? Honestly, this might be the reason why we didn't have that typical December end of the year blow off top. So, all right. The whales are deliberately scaring out the retail investors. This is not the end. Bitcoin will hit 100K in the next few months. Or 2022. Yeah, I do agree with that. How do I purchase your course, please? Yeah, worldwarbitcoin.teachable.com. Just go to worldwarbitcoin.teachable.com and you can click enroll now and you can get the course. So I've heard good reports from people who have bought it already. So yeah, again, for those of you on TikTok, I was live on TikTok earlier today and now I am live on YouTube. So hop on over to YouTube, search World War Bitcoin, and I will respond to any question that you may have on YouTube. Pain, OSC GAD, Pain. Yeah, thank you, Layla. Hope you enjoy. Let's see. Yeah, so there were some other things. Yeah. Okay, let me bring this up too. So I retweeted this. I shared this in my YouTube video yesterday, but I think I'm just going to retweet this every day. Glassnode alerts daily on-chain exchange flow. So the day after the FOMC meeting the other day, there was 250 or so, 270 million Bitcoin, $270 million worth of Bitcoin transferred to exchanges. When you see people transferring Bitcoin to exchanges, that is a short-term sign that there's going to be selling. if you see people transfer Bitcoin out of exchanges, that is not a short-term sign that people are going to be buying. That is just a transfer out. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's a huge bummer if people are transferring to exchanges, because you're probably going to see that reflected in the price soon. But if it's taken out of exchanges, you might not see that reflected in the price for a while. So yeah, so 3 days ago, the day of and after the FOMC meeting, we saw 270 or so million Bitcoin transferred to exchanges, and we saw an immediate effect on the selling pressure from that. And then the day after that, we saw about 270 million Bitcoin transferred out of exchanges. And then yesterday, what was reported from yesterday's activity was 727 million Bitcoin transferred out, which is not an insignificant amount. And it's been pretty heavy transferring from exchanges over the last several weeks. Last couple weeks, since December 4th. So, all right, Tyler here from TikTok. Awesome. Still bullish on LSS longer term? Yeah, LSS. All right, Bitcoin has to get above its bull market support band. I am not bullish on any alt. I'm neutral on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I am bearish on everything else. I know that DeFi is doing well over the last 24 hours, but I'm bearish on everything else until Bitcoin gets above its bull market support band, because alts tend to bleed pretty badly. So that's, 52,000 or so, trending down now. Let's get higher than there. So let's see. ETH has been pretty resilient through this downtrend. Yeah, might allocate a little more into ETH over the next few weeks. I don't think that's a bad idea. They've burned over $1 billion worth of Ethereum since August 4th or August 5th, the London hard fork, and they will continue to burn. And I think from what I've seen is that, there's been more deflationary days than inflationary. So that's a great sign for Ethereum. And then when ETH 2.0 comes out, watch out. All right. Any thoughts on IoTex? I heard that they got backed by Amazon, Samsung, and more. I have not looked into IoTex at all. Now, here's something that I want to encourage is I am going to, on my YouTube channel and probably on TikTok too, I'm going to be doing 2 videos a day now that the busy season is pretty much over for my work. And so I want to review different cryptocurrencies, and I might, if you ask me next week, I might add that to my list, put it at the top of my list. So if Bitcoin has topped already, will we still have alt season? You gotta, everyone that I know of, let's say Bitcoin topped at $69,000, will we still have alt season? Everyone says yes. I don't see why that should be the case. And it's a point where I want to go back to the drawing board. I want to question everything. If Bitcoin topped at 69,000, alt season should have happened pretty much immediately after. We should have seen alts explode. But what happened? They dumped just along with Bitcoin, which in my opinion makes me even more confident that Bitcoin hasn't topped, that 69,000 wasn't the top. So thoughts on stable coins, are they risky? I'm curious to see what happens, Brandon, with government regulations. There could be regulations that make things a little bit more difficult for stable coins. But, and Tether's probably the most liable to that. USD coin seems fine to me. BUSD is not all that bad. Thank you. I shouldn't even say not all that bad. They're fine. For right now, they're fine. And I think we would get plenty of warnings before, they're not going to go to zero. So H-bar's pumping. Yeah, H-bar's pumping. What's up, Jay? Yeah, long time no see. So yeah, for those again on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube. I went live on TikTok earlier today, so now I'm on YouTube. Always ask about IoTex. Got in at 8 cents, so fingers crossed. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at it next week. What price am I buying more Litecoin at? Under $150. I mean, now I'm all in. I'm still all in. I only sold a little bit for tax loss harvesting, but I'm in. So, but I would have I continually bought the dip until there was no more buying for me to do, and I'm still in. I'm still just as bullish on Litecoin as ever before. So I'm just curious, why would Bitcoin or any crypto increase in value if the Fed is raising rates next year? Doesn't make much sense, IMO. It's all I'm doing, Brad, is I'm monitoring buying activity. And right now, ever since March, so will that cause Bitcoin's price to not go up by as much? Yes. And I talked about this on TikTok earlier. Here's what usually happens. I used to be a mortgage agent. My livelihood depended on this. I paid attention to rates. I learned a lot about rates. I learned a lot about economics and everything around that time. That was a decade ago. And the Fed will raise rates by 0.25% early in 2022. And then they will raise rates again in mid 2022 by another 0.25%. And they will plan on raising rates a third time. But what they'll do is that they'll all of a sudden be getting pressure from corporations, from the White House to go back down or to stop raising rates. And so, yeah, the first half of 2022, it may be one of these things where it's just a struggle. It's a grind. But by the end of 2022, they will have not raised rates 3 times. And I do believe that that's pretty much priced into the market right now. So, yeah, going to have to be patient. I mean, because of that, yeah, I now think that Bitcoin's not going to peak in early 2022 or mid 2022. And then the second thing that I would say is, again, I'm monitoring activity. And what I'm constantly seeing is outflows from exchanges, people buying Bitcoin and holding it and making it more and more illiquid. Now, the liquid supply is what caused the dump. That was all liquid supply. That wasn't illiquid supply becoming liquid. The illiquid supply that whole time was getting more illiquid. And so if I start seeing any changes in this activity, which I really haven't seen since, except for that one time in May when we dumped, I haven't seen any change in this activity. But if I do see that kind of change in activity, that's when I will think that the Bitcoin's price will go down. But until then, no, I do believe that over, on a long enough horizon, we will be going up. So, all right, thoughts on ALBT? I'm sorry, I don't know enough. That's another one that I will gladly research as I'm making these dedicated videos. Thoughts on VXV? So I own some VXV. I am just as bullish as I've been on it. I follow Joshua Jake's cues on that. He's crazy about it. He just interviewed the VXV CEO like within a few days ago. And so I'd recommend checking that out. I have no problems with VXV. I mean, there's questions as to whether they need a token to exist. I mean, but, I'm bullish on it. So plan to hold my Litecoin and Quant for years. I believe they will get huge in 10 years. Smart. Yeah, in general, holding cryptocurrencies, Litecoin will never die. There are 2 cryptocurrencies that I am pretty much 100% convinced will not die. I'm never going to say exactly 100%, but let's say 99.1 or 2 or 5% convinced these cryptocurrencies will not die in our lifetimes. Or let's just say in the next 10 or 20 years. Litecoin and Bitcoin. Litecoin is going nowhere. And so Litecoin will be worth much more 10 years from now than it is now. Quant, I believe Quant will be a top 10 or 20 cryptocurrency. And if it was a top 10 cryptocurrency right now, it would be worth a little under $2,000 per coin. So I guess you could argue that you could hold your crypto, but the only way to justify that is to own the same amount in value, stocks, gold, REITs, silver, oil, just so you can hedge your risk. Yeah, you know what? I'm 90% crypto right now, and the plan is to not always be 90% crypto. So I do want to buy some gold, stocks for sure. I mean, I have stocks, silver, maybe. Silver. It's so heavily manipulated. REITs, oil, yeah, real estate. You guys might laugh at this. I bought stamps. I bought forever stamps. I might make a TikTok about that. This is how serious I am about fleeing the US dollar. I bought forever stamps and I'm holding those instead of holding the equivalent of dollars. You know, I'll buy like $50 worth of forever stamps a week. So what's your update prediction of the market seeing Bitcoin in the next few months? Slow climb. Slow climb is what I would say. SR. Thoughts on REC that is destroying my portfolio right now? Yeah, I don't know. That's another one I can add to the list of cryptocurrencies I'll review, but I don't know anything about REC. So could you make a list of your buys and prices? So Litecoin at any price at its current price point? Yes. But except here's the thing that I've been constantly saying. Bitcoin is in no man's land right now. If it goes below $45,000, I am in general, I would have a mindset of being a buyer. If it goes above $52,000, I would have a mindset of being a buyer. If it's going to be stuck in this zone of like upper 40s, what I think is going to happen, especially with altcoins, is that they're just going to bleed, and Bitcoin's dominance is going to increase as these altcoins bleed, except for Ethereum. Ethereum's the other one that I would be like, all right, I'm confident holding this. So how well do you know TA? I'm more of an on-chain analytics kind of guy. I don't draw lines on charts. I do moving averages. I pay attention to RSI, but mostly what I pay attention to is charts like this. I'm basically paying attention. What are people doing? That's all I care about. I mean, it's not all I care about, but that's mostly what I care about. If 99% of people I ask around crypto about rates plan to buy during the bear market, do you think it's something that will still dump during a bear market? 99% of the people? Wow. It'll dump initially, but I would buy that early on in the bear market if that's the case. All right, Matt, sorry, I'm getting pretty behind here. What up, Alex? Thank you for all the info the last few weeks. Also, Shabbat Shalom. Okay, I remember Shalom. I don't remember Shabbat, so sorry about that. If market believed rates were getting raised, it would have sold off hard stocks and crypto. The Fed hinted at rates being raised. Do you still think VeChain can still hit $1? I mean, I revised that to 50 cents several months ago. I don't know if I ever went back to $1, but yes. I understand, so they won't be able to raise rates for long. Yes. Grayscale decision February 6th. Is that an ETF decision? Because if so, yeah, an ETF would be super bullish. Let me pull this up. Let me try to find it. Woonomic. You know what? I'm probably not going to be able to find it. Yeah, probably charts.wooble.com. Probably not going to be able to find it fast enough, I should say. But institutional holdings, it's pretty wild. All right, I've made a video. I talked about this in a video. And let me look on my Twitter account. Institutional holdings they rose ridiculously fast, and then they just dumped. All right, you know what? I'm not going to... No, sorry, they didn't dump. My bad. I was trying to focus on too many things at once. They rose very quickly, and then they flatlined. And so institutions own something like 850,000 Bitcoin right now. Not that many in comparison to what you probably would have thought. But institutions own something like 850,000 Bitcoin. Of that, Grayscale owns something like 620,000 Bitcoin.
We got $1 billion and we give it to God now.
Awesome. All right, my son just told me that their hot chocolate sale got them $1 billion. So if Grayscale in each ETF resumes, then Grayscale will start buying again. And that's going to be super bullish. They just stopped buying because of the Grayscale discount, but Grayscale ETF gets approved, they're going to be buying pretty heavily. So no bad connection. I'm live on YouTube. For those of you on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube. Hop on over to YouTube, World War Bitcoin. A crab bleed for the next few months is pretty great dollar cost average opportunity. Always, yeah. All right, what if whales and big investors will focus more on pushing ETH instead of Bitcoin since it has more room to run, and that will be the flipping? Raiden, that's fine. Yeah. I don't think that Bitcoin is going to suffer all that much. I might be in the minority on that. People tend to think that if ETH flips Bitcoin, that Bitcoin's going to die. I disagree with that. ETH has plenty of their own issues they need to work through. I'm still super bullish on ETH, but ETH and Bitcoin are like oil and gold, or oil and water. There's room for both to exist. So, and I own more Ethereum than I do Bitcoin, so I'll be perfectly fine with that. I'm just going to stake and hold, gotten late to the party, in it for the long run, at least till 2025. Hey, yep, that's the way to do it. Do you expect a black swan event next year? If so, how can you prepare for it? You by definition can't prepare for a black swan event. The way to prepare for, you just got to be prepared for, in general, black swan events, and so that's why for me, I want to own land. I used to live on 3 acres. I sold my house and moved to a new city, and it's really frustrating that I want to. I'm trying to be patient right now with buying a new house, but for me, it's like that's how you prepare. Is you always prepare for a black swan event. So silver is better to buy than gold. Look at Dow Jones gold ratio than silver ratio. JP Morgan rigging the market year in and year out. So just buy it like they do. Price action doesn't represent value. Yeah. Okay. That's good. I used to be a silver nut. And so I have a decent amount of silver. So thank you, SR. The market did sell off when they announced the raising of rates. Yes, it wasn't that huge. So tech sector is down 30% on average. I didn't know that. I guess I'm only paying attention to the NASDAQ. Will Ethereum ever hit 200,000? I believe so, yes. Grayscale GBTC spot ETF, that would be awesome. I hope that happens. Off is because of the expectation of raising rates and tapering, not tapering itself. Okay. What price target is good to buy to get into ETH? You think around 3,700 support line? Yeah, set limit orders. 38, 3,700. So how about the modification of leverage from 1st of January? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What is a black swan event? COVID was a black swan event. It hit us out of nowhere. In October of 2019, nobody knew what COVID was. In March of 2020, at least the United States, we woke up to it, and it's like, other countries were very well aware of it, but United States, it's like we were living in a dream world, and we woke up to it, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, stock market crashed, crypto crashed, V-shaped recovery, but that was a black swan event. From your video, America and Europe are still buying up Asia sellers. Will this stabilize market by washing out China instability? At some point they would have to stop being able to sell. All right, I have that image picked up here. I think that this is the peak of selling was right here, if you can see my mouse, and now we're moving back up. And I think it was just because of Huobi and OKEX, the exchanges that had to basically eliminate China from any China investor from their books. So that all will be done by December 31st, which means that China will probably turn green again, or, all of Asia. I know that, I'm saying mostly China. I know there's India and Russia. I just think that Huobi and OKEX were the biggest contributors. You could bring up Evergrande. I think it was the exchanges, because Evergrande's been on our radar for several months now. So is there a max price Bitcoin could get to? Yes. The max price is 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. We won't think of it in terms of dollars. Dollars, as they exist, as it exists right now, the US dollar is 50 years old. There will be some new variation of it, but what I think, I did make a TikTok. My second most recent TikTok was just the change in what is considered the reserve currency. What percentage of people in the world have X currency as their reserve currency, and it's constantly fluctuating. And so right now, the whole world pretty much thinks in terms of dollars, as far as the business world at least. And so that will change one day. And what's it going to change to? another highly inflationary currency that's controlled by some government, or could there be an attractive option on the blockchain? And I'm not necessarily saying Bitcoin. I'm just saying something that is not corruptible and is not highly inflationary or susceptible to high inflation. So when that day comes, one Bitcoin will equal one Bitcoin, and we won't think of it in terms of anything else. The reason why I think crypto will continue to rally is because we have a small window before tapering effects hit us. We'll see. Yeah, I think there's a lot of catching up to do. There's so many bullish divergences all over the place. RSI, bullish divergence. Hash rate is at all-time highs. That's a sign of a healthy market, but the price is low. We have illiquid supply. Again, I know I talk a lot about illiquid supply, but illiquid supply is continuing to rise, and usually the price rises with it. So thoughts on BAL protocol seems to be getting a bit of blabber. I don't know anything about it. Sorry. Another one I'll look up to, but hey, I like your profile picture. Goat. A war between Russia and Ukraine will be the black swan event. Hey, maybe. Since tapering started in November, the effect won't be felt until 6 months later. The only reason the market sold off is because of the expectation, not the actual effects. All right. So are we diamond handing Litecoin? I plan on selling all my Litecoin at some point. So, all right. So it's like these event happens and then markets crash. The Omicron variant is hitting hard in Miami right now. Man, all right. I'm a big Premier League fan. And 4 of the 5, I think it was 5 games today. There's only one that is actually happening. The other ones were canceled. So I know a lot of them are super spreader. I don't know. So is Chainlink undervalued? I think so. COVID was a black swan event for everyone but U.S. politicians. Turn every tragedy or whatever into an opportunity, right? What's the saying? So, as you said, they have till December 31st. Should we expect a huge dump by that date? I don't think so. Yeah, sure, we could go to 42,000. That's what everyone's expecting, that we're going to sweep the lows of that liquidation price. I don't think 30s. Not just given general behavior right now. Long-term holders are not capitulating. They're stacking. So, and short-term holders have very little effect on the price. I mean, they have a big effect on the price, but like they're exhausted. Leverage traders, leverage is increasing, but it's mostly people shorting over longing, and so the potential for a long squeeze for a liquidation, massive liquidation event is pretty low. Miners are hodling more than ever before. I saw this chart, and I'm going to pull it up here. Miners are not outflowing right now. They are holding on big time. So Bitcoin miners to exchange flow just reached a 5-year low of 2.399 Bitcoin. That's a 7-day average. So 7-day moving average. That means miners sold on average over the last 7 days. Well, I'm not. All right. Anyway, that is very low. That's very low. So they didn't. That's not true. Never mind. That's where I was struggling here. They didn't sell. They sell plenty OTC, over the counter, but they transferred to exchanges on average 2.399 Bitcoin per day. That is very low. So I love the Premier League too. All right. Thank you, GOAT. All right, Jerry, Texas. All right, hold on a second. I'm behind here. Would you just hold ETH forever, or should you time it by selling end of bull market? I'm not selling my ETH end of bull market. I will not sell my Bitcoin or Ethereum. And given everything going on with ETH 2.0 coming up, I would rather just hold on to it. Forever, I would not say forever, but probably for a decade for ETH. So, Jerry, Texas, what coin would I buy right now? I've talked about this a lot, but I'll say it again. Right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum. If we get below $45,000 for Bitcoin, that's when I'll start loading on alts. I mean, not that I would load up on alts. I'm pretty much all in. But then above the bull market support band. So am I a bull or a bear right now? I'm not. I'm none of the above. I'm a crab, and for however long we remain in crab territory, I will remain a crab. So while Bitcoin is crabbing and not going any lower, I mean, it's gradually going lower, descending wedge. So that breaks to the upside 68% of the time. I'm trying to remain disciplined in saying above $45,000, I would only add Bitcoin and Ethereum to my portfolio. Below $45,000, Polkadot would be a good choice, in my opinion, because Polkadot dumps hard during bearish times and then gets right back up to where it was before. I'm obviously going to say Litecoin. Crypto.com. What about Crypto.com? Yeah, maybe Crypto.com. What else? I don't know. I gave you 3. So not Dogecoin, that's for sure. What do you see HBAR price in 5 years? Maybe double digits, but not sure. So let's see. So do I understand it right? We sell Litecoin when Bitcoin reaches a new all-time high. Thanks for always being so reliable on update frequency. Karate Footsie. Let me say one thing. All right, what do you mean by new all-time high? Do you mean like the peak, which we're not going to be able to time, or do you mean crosses $69,000? A lesson that I learned from this most recent dump is that I was up big on certain positions and I just held on to them. I was a bag holder, and I'm probably going to be more aggressive in taking profits. So let's say Bitcoin crosses $69,000 again. I am selling. I'll probably sell a quarter of my Litecoin. But I would want to see Bitcoin hold above $69,000 and, obviously go higher. If Bitcoin doesn't hold above $69,000 and it just can't break through, I'd probably sell all of it, or sell not all of it, but a large chunk of it, and then try to buy back in lower. Hopefully we would see just, Bitcoin hold $69,000 and then shoot higher. I would expect Litecoin to outperform Bitcoin big time in that case. So let's see. Can we expect the 100K Bitcoin around March? My guess is no. I don't think so. And that a lot has to do with interest rate increases that I think it's just going to take till the fall. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we do see $100,000 Bitcoin by March. Enrique, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I don't think that there's going to be a pump this month. Everything that I just said about China, what's going on in Asia, mostly in China, it's going to take the rest of the month for this to play out. But by the end of the month, Huobi and OKEX are going to be out of China, which is going to stop this bleeding from the Asian markets. So again, for those of you on TikTok, I am live on YouTube. I went live on TikTok earlier today. I'm not even looking at my phone right now to answer TikTok questions. I'm now live on YouTube, so hop on over to YouTube, World War Bitcoin on YouTube. I will gladly answer any question there. Let's see. I can't see oh, yeah, answered that. You think Floki can flip SHIB? Not really paying much attention to Floki, but I don't think so. I know it does have a huge market cap right now, but why would you sell Litecoin if it will be around for 10 years? I think bear market bottom will be more than 90% lower than its peak price. That's why I would sell Litecoin. You're welcome, Jerry. Merry Christmas, Steve. Any kind of parabolic run before the 25th of December? I don't think so. No. KCS, I think, has tremendous upside, holding strong during the dump. I think so, yeah. A lot of people are waking up to KuCoin as a good place to buy those random cryptocurrencies that they can't find anywhere else. So, yeah. Litecoin up or down price from here, up. Crab, but up. Can BNB get to 3K? I don't think this cycle, but eventually, yeah. Around what time frame would you sell all or most of Bitcoin if Bitcoin can hold above 69? So I'm assuming, Andrea, that you're talking about other cryptocurrencies, but not Bitcoin, since I'm not selling my Bitcoin. But, all right, Bitcoin holds above 69. Yeah, since I'm going to get more aggressive, I really need to think through this and process this. I'm probably, if I see $69,000 Bitcoin again, I'm probably selling 25 to 30% of my crypto. We'll see. We'll see. In that case, what is your estimation for us to reach our current all-time high or around that price for Bitcoin? That is, when will it happen? I could see it happening in the spring. I could even see it happening in February. I think a dump like this just takes months. We got to build up confidence again so that everyone, that people will realize we're not going to $30,000 Bitcoin. And so that takes a couple months to shake out. So maybe by the end of January, we'll start some kind of move, or maybe middle of January, we'll start some kind of move upwards. And then in February or March, get back to the 60s or 69,000 or something like that. If we peak in in the fall of 2022, then I think what's going to happen is that we'll have another move up to the $60,000, upper $60,000 range, and then another move down, or maybe up to 70,000, 75,000, another move down to the lower 50s. And maybe then everyone will be like, it's done. And then, we'll just kind of go a little, higher highs, lower lows, higher highs and higher lows. And then maybe in the fall, we're off to the races. So, yeah, I meant other cryptos. Okay. All-time high in January, in my opinion. January is always bullish. Man, Lil says, I hope you are right. I don't think so, but that would be awesome. All right. I'm close to break even on what I hold. If the alts have a big run, would it be wise to sell everything and buy the dips during the extended cycle? Thanks for your advice. John, yeah, if alts have, here's another scenario that I'm playing out in my mind. I'm paying attention. I have it on my radar that everyone is calling for alt season, especially those who think 69,000 was the top. So let's entertain those people for a second. 69,000 was the top for this cycle. Here's what they're expecting. They're expecting for Bitcoin to have a relief rally to the mid 50s. And so a relief rally to the mid 50s, which would then cause alt season to explode. And so if we see Bitcoin in the mid 50s and alts going wild, I will sell all of my alts. I will sell every one of them, because that means, as crazy as it sounds to me, and I'll pay attention to, Bitcoin supply and see if it's like illiquid or getting more liquid. But if we see full blown alt season, I'm selling all of them. And if I'm wrong and it just continues to shoot higher and then alts even go crazier, I'm in profit. I'll take my profits and be happy about that. I don't think that's how it's going to play out though. So hope you're right. Turn into bag holder when all-time high. Should have taken profits. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Any predictions on new highs like VET and ETH? My dollar amounts are the same, Fry. The time frame has shifted dramatically. So even if some of your cryptos don't really have a pump, you would still sell if Bitcoin can't hold above 69K, or even it pumps a little more than that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just, if I see, well, there's so many indicators that I'm going to pay attention to. And so leverage trading, if I see people, one thing that would prevent me from selling all of my alts at that time would be if, what am I thinking here? If I see insane leverage in the system, I'm selling all my alts, because that's what killed us this past time. I'm speaking a little dramatically. It didn't kill us, but that's what really hurt us last time, was that so many people went long and we got flushed out and got liquidated. And so if I see something similar this time around, where we see a ton of open interest in the system, I think that we're going to do the same thing. We're going to dump down to the 40s again, or down to the lower 50s or something like that. So, man, lots of lessons to be learned. But if I don't see a sharp rise in open interest, then I might just hold on. Also, I'll definitely, not be too greedy. I'll take some profits, but I might hold on. So, best coins in DCA into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Right now, I want my alts to even out a little so I don't take a loss and then convert to ETH. Yep, yep. If you had $4,000 in VET, would you keep it there or move it into something else? Oh man, I wouldn't move all of it. I mean, I'm assuming that's not all that you have. So it just depends. If that was all of your portfolio, I'd move like 90% of it somewhere else. If that's 1% of your portfolio, I would keep it in VET. So, all right, pretty much even right now. Beep boop. Yep. What's up, Smoke Sun? Been a while. Yeah. Much love to you. CRV thoughts and price prediction. I don't have a price prediction on CRV. I did convert a different cryptocurrency to CRV earlier this morning. And that is based off of, somebody whose opinion that I really trust. A guy named Pentoshi on Twitter. So, thoughts on Rainmaker Games? Yeah, Crypto Weatherman and Wendy Ope did a paid ad for it. I saw Crypto Weatherman's ad for it. I don't know. It's like, take any advertisement with a grain of salt. I tried Heroes and Empires yesterday, and if other games are like this, then I don't want anything to do with crypto gaming. This is like the Stone Age of crypto gaming. It's going to get so much better than this. This game sucks. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck at a certain level, and I can't replay previous levels, and I can't earn any more new crypto. And the new crypto that I earned, I had to spend to upgrade my characters and all that stuff. I'm like, anyway, I don't know if I'm even going to let me. And so, cool. Crypto Weatherman and Crypto Wendio did an ad for it. I do trust their judgment that they wouldn't advertise crap. But I think that crypto gaming has a long way to go, and I think a lot of these games are just gonna die within a couple of years. So I want to get into HWAR. Should I wait to buy some, even though I don't have any? I would wait. I would definitely wait right now. And the reason why is, it's a green candle. Today it's a green candle. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. It's a green candle, and we're in bearish territory. Ooh, I got lots of upgrades here. Cool, man. All right, anyway, I'm going to exit that. Do you think there's going to be a short squeeze at 44K? Man, everything that I've been talking about with China, that seems to be subsiding. I'm like 50-50 that we'll get to 44K. I don't think 42 or 40. So will there be a short squeeze? Short squeezes generally happen when the price goes up, not when it goes down. So, all right, Reed, am I feeling bullish or no? I am crabbish for the rest of the month. And then January, I'm bullish in January. I'm bullish for January, yeah. So, all right, Litecoin predictions by February. All right, bullish for January. Let's say Bitcoin gets up to $60,000 in February, something like that. If that's the case, then how about 250 for Litecoin? All right, hey man, just join. What's the new timeline for all-time high? Oh, what's up, Neutral? So, all right, I've been saying end of 2022. The big reason being the rate hikes coming in early 2022. I think the way it's going to play out is that they'll do 2 rate hikes. They'll want to do a third one, but there'll be way too much pressure from the White House, from other sources, and they'll ease up on it. And when they ease up on it, things are going to launch. So buy ETH at this price or wait for it to go lower. Why not dollar cost average? But it could go lower. I mean, it could go to 38, 37. I would buy a little bit now and then set some limit orders. So sorry if this question was asked. Has your prices changed? Or are you still bullish on your picks? My prices have not changed. My timeline has changed dramatically. Yeah. What coins would you get in Meta? I'd keep it pretty simple with Meta stuff. So, Mana, Engine, Sandbox, Meta Hero. John McCarty, thank you. Sell biggest loser at a loss and rebuy alts which haven't run yet. I mean, that's been what I have sold some crypto over the last few weeks, but the reason why I sold is not because I'm bearish. It's more so because I've done some tax loss harvesting, and so my smash up that like button, by the way, please. My taxes, I'm terrified of what my taxes are going to look like for 2021. And so I sold some cryptos at a loss to offset some of my gains. But buy back in. I have no problem buying those same exact cryptos back up at some point. I messed with that coin app and got over 500 XYO so far. Nice, nice. You think Dogecoin could reach 40 cents when Bitcoin gets to 60K again? All right, so last time it didn't get anywhere near 40 cents. I think Dogecoin is pretty much done. I mean, maybe it'll go to 40 or 50 cents if Bitcoin gets to $100,000. But I think Dogecoin's done until the next cycle. Did you watch the Congress hearing on crypto? I did not, but let's see. It was obvious and clear that Republicans are embracing crypto, while Dems only talk about taxing and controlling it with heavy regulations. I'm not going to get political here, but I guess that would be more so my general feel. I know that there's plenty of Republicans who are opposed to crypto too, or should I say plenty? I know Trump isn't a crypto fan. But the ones who I know, the big one from the left is Elizabeth Warren, who really doesn't like crypto. So TikTok is pumping HBAR. Dude, yeah, I've seen a lot of HBAR videos, a lot of positive ones. Oh, man. 20-year-old son freaked out and sold all his Anchor yesterday, a small loss. Yeah. Yeah, retail, man. This is the time that you're going to sell, if you do sell. And 20-year-olds are going to be most prone to make those mistakes. So that's a bummer. Democrats and left-wing libs should be... All right, not going to read that comment, Paul. Oh, man. One good thing, XRP lawsuit should be done before the bull run and should hit big numbers. What you think, Alex? Maybe. I mean, I think XRP can do okay in bullish territory. So when's that SEC suit going to end? What if it drags till December of 2022? That's a possibility. But here's something that will be an interesting thing to look out for is like Bitcoin's not the only thing that drives the market up and down. I think yesterday's sell-off was actually Ethereum led. And then there was this time that there was a fake rumor that Walmart was going to be accepting Litecoin, and Litecoin pumped up like $25 in the span of a few minutes and took the entire market with it before Litecoin went right back down to where it was, because that was not true. So XRP, after that lawsuit is over, could do the same thing, where it just like drives the entire market up with it. And so we'll see what kind of action happens with that. So... do you think HBAR can hit $200 in the near future? Near future? No. $200? My goodness. No. I'm sorry, but would you ever consider swing trading? Yeah. I need to learn more about what swing traders do, how they do their craft. I've tried swing trading a long time ago. It did not go well. So, do I sell alts at a loss or just hold? The only reason why I would sell right now is for tax loss harvesting purposes, but bag holding at a net loss in the moment, so I'm not too concerned about tax bill. Yeah, I mean, only reason to sell, in my opinion. Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Imad. So, yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hello, those of you on TikTok. I am live on YouTube, so hop on over to YouTube. All right, let's see. What else? And follow me on Twitter, WWBitcoin. Doge Run token. I get so many random advertisements. All right. If roughly 40% of portfolio is VET and average cost of coin is 8 cents, should I transfer into anything at all? Willing to hold long term? I mean, if you're willing to hold long term, I think you'll do well. 40% is a lot of a portfolio to be in VET. I mean, I'd rather be, the only things that I would be 40% of my portfolio in are Bitcoin or Ethereum. So maybe sell half of it. VXV thoughts. And I've talked about it a decent amount. I like VXV. I am still bullish on it. So I take my cues from Joshua Jake. Why is H-bar pumping? So H-bar, somebody pointed this out to me, and I've seen it all over TikTok. I've seen lots of people talk about H-bar on TikTok, and I'm like, what's the deal? Why, that's a good question. Why are so many people talking about H-bar right now? But I wouldn't be surprised if that was a contributing factor at this moment. So let's see. Would you sell all your AMP and ZIL altcoins like those? All of it at the end? Or if I'm convinced that it's the end, which I'm not right now, but at any point that I'm convinced that it's the end until the next halving, I will sell all of my AMP, all of my Zilliqa. Only things that I'll be holding are pretty much Bitcoin and Ethereum, but then some Binance, some Litecoin, not Litecoin, some Chainlink, what was the other one? I can't remember what the other one was. H-bar. So what is your best buy at this time? Bitcoin, Ethereum. Tell us more about CRV. I will not tell you about CRV. I will take a look at Pentoshi on TikTok. Pentoshi, he's getting a little arrogant. Well, no, he's always been arrogant, but it's all good because he's right all the time. But CRV, powerful setup developing, large volume gap above head with little to no resistance on multi-year range break. If price can flip this to support, should be a setup that accelerates with strong momentum to the upside. Playing the trigger. Second best next to Redcoin, IMO. I don't know what's Redcoin. Anyway, selling all my quant. All right, so the other 60% is ETH and Bitcoin. All right. Yeah. Just seeing the H-bar, glad it's moving. Yep. Link or DOT right now? I'd say DOT. FTM thoughts. FTM is going to be fine. Let's see FTM here. I have not paid attention to FTM in a while. It says that market cap or price. I mean, I've been saying $10 to $15 for FTM. I still believe that. So I will not sell H-bar. No. All right, I am going to be done for today. So thank you for your time, and I will be back on Monday. So have a great day, everybody. I will see you in another video. Have a good one.